What's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning back into At Home Dude. I appreciate you. I hope you've been doing well out there. This episode, I'm going to be talking about the Wildlife World Zoo, Aquarium, and Safari Park we went to. So it's going to be a little bit of a review, but also I'm going to be doing a blog or vlog, I should say, for my son's birthday. So we did a bunch of stuff. I'm going to throw it all in one video so friends and family can check it out, and I'm going to throw the review in there also. Starting off, I'm going to be talking about the review. So we went to this zoo on a Tuesday morning, and we thought it would pretty much be vacant, but there were tons of people there. So it was pretty crazy. So off top, I'm going to give you some tips, and the first one is to arrive early. The second one is going to be wear bad clothes and shoes because it is not a paved walkway. So you're going to be walking on what is kind of like dirt, sand, dirt-ish stuff. And yeah, it's not good for your shoes at all. So just be aware of that. The next one is going to be that the aquarium stays open an hour later usually than the rest of the park. So you want to go walk around, do as much of the park as you can within the day, and then at the end you can do the aquarium when you have some time left and when you have that extra hour. The last pro tip I have is just to bring water and snacks. Potentially, they didn't check us on the way in. I don't know if you can bring snacks or not, but I would definitely try it if I were you. We brought in a bunch of water and stuff, so that was really good and helpful. Okay, now I'm gonna go over some pros and cons. So I'm gonna go through the pros. The first one is the amount of open space there is, especially in the climate that we're in now with COVID. The open space is really nice. You can kind of just stick to yourself, your own group. And like I said, it was pretty busy when we went there, but they said it gets a whole lot more busy. So maybe when there are a lot of people, there is less space, but in general, it's a pretty spacey environment. Definitely bring your best walking shoes because this causes you to walk more, and by the end of the day, your feet might be hurting, but I like the space. So the next pro is I have been to a bunch of zoos. I've been to the San Diego Zoo, a lot of the zoos in California, and then also like I've been to a number of zoos. San Diego is supposed to be one of the largest, and for me, this zoo was absolutely huge, especially considering my expectations. I really thought it was small, and I didn't think it was very good. I thought it was a rinky-dink zoo. Because from the freeway, you can't really see much. But once you get there, this place is pretty huge and our feet were hurting. We were walking around for hours. I think we stayed there from around 11 a.m. to closing. So we walked around a lot, and it's a big zoo. And with that said, there are tons of abstract animals that I had not seen other places. So that really interests me, and I would go back because there were just really interesting animals. I'll show you some of the clips here of these just crazy looking animals and animals I've never even heard of before. So I really love that. It's very interesting, and yeah, like I said, I'd go back. So another pro is there are all kinds of rides. From trains, trams, and the sky ride that really kind of take you around and let you sightsee.
What is it, Ezra?
It's like an emu.
To roller coaster and zip line and some other rides that they have that are more theme park, like carousel or whatever. There's a bunch of rides there, and we went on the roller coaster, which was super cool. I really underestimated this. I thought it was gonna be pretty stupid. Don't say that word, Ezra. Like I said, we really liked the roller coaster. I completely underestimated. I thought it was gonna be a pretty whack ride for little kids, but it actually went much faster than I thought it would go. Now, with that said, I'm gonna throw one of the big cons in here, is that this place you have to pay for each ride, and it is ridiculously expensive. I think the roller coaster was like $6 per person or something crazy like that. So just understand, like, it was our son's birthday. We were on the YOLO tip, so we weren't really tripping. We're blessed to be able to do that, but just understand, none of these rides are probably worth the money. But if you want to ride some of the rides, the roller coaster was good that we went on. We were discouraged from riding the train and told to ride the tram because it was better, and the tram was not all that great to us. So we thought it was kind of boring. The one great thing that they did do was they picked up a ostrich egg, and I was able to hold the ostrich egg. But otherwise, I think that none of the actual rides are probably really worth it. Now, the zip line I have been on, but I went on a zip line at a different place, but it appears to be the same exact zip line. And we also did that for David's birthday. You can see it here. Here we go. Wow. Super fast. You see the car? See the car right there? See that man right there? Here we go. You see mommy? Get ready to stop. What do you think, David?
Awesome.
It was awesome.
It's like a spaceship blasting off.
It's like a spaceship blasting off. Now, bouncing back to the pros, feeding the animals was amazing. That was the thing that really made the trip. It only cost about 50 cents to get some of the food for the giraffes, and that was huge for me. I'd never been able to do something like that. I have gotten close to giraffes and saw their tongues and all that kind of stuff, but just to have it right there, and they're really friendly, and I was able to pet a giraffe, that's unique to me. So that was the experience that really won me over for this entire trip. I think one of the experiences, but that was the main one. And yeah, I really love giraffes. Our family really loved feeding the giraffes, and that was so cool. To my knowledge, you can also feed some of the other animals. It may not be as intimate, but yeah, that's really cool that they have that in the park, and it's interesting and a great pro for me. One of the biggest things that I like about that park. The last pro I'm gonna talk about is just that they had some signs posted here and there around the areas with the animals in it, and it had cool facts about the animals, so I did learn some things, so that was great. All right, now to go over the cons, and we already went over that pay per ride con, and that is super expensive, but it is also expensive to get in this park. Now, with that said, it is a wildlife world zoo, and then it also is an aquarium, which you don't see too often, but yeah, $23 per child from 3 to 12 years old, and then like 41 or so bucks per adult is just pretty expensive in my opinion. What I would encourage you to do is look on Groupon and look at other discount sites that may have a discount for you, and that can really lower the price for you, but you kind of expect to spend quite a bit at these kind of places. Now, the next con I already spoke of also, and that is the dirty walkway, the dirt walkway. And it just was a nightmare for us. We wore some shoes that we liked, and that really sucked because they were super dirty when we got back, and then also our clothes were kind of dirty. So just keep that in mind. Wearing white or black is not a great idea. Probably just jeans and then old shoes, and you'll be all right. Oh my. Oh my. The next con is that the train/tram was pretty whack to us. I already mentioned this, and we went on the tram, and we were discouraged from going on the train because the train was supposed to be boring or whatever. And I guess just more so for little kids, but the tram wasn't that great either. So I would not suggest either of those. Just walk it out. Maybe the sky ride might be a little better. At least you're up in the sky, so that has another element to it. But I can definitely say I do not recommend the tram. The last con I have is the parking. The parking was insane. Like I said, we went on a random weekday. We didn't think that many people would be there. I think we got there about 10:30 a.m. and it was just completely packed. We had to park somewhere off in the dirt. So they were telling us that that wasn't a super busy day. I would hate to see what it would be like on a super busy day, what parking would be like. One guy told us people park all the way down the street and stuff. So that's just insane. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Parking can be crazy. Who disturbed my slumber?
Look at the see the tigers in the back? I see the teeth. I see you, beauty. You're a beauty. Oh my gosh.
What? Oh my gosh, look at that. The size of that TURD. You got a big hump. Got a big old hump. Also, I mean, there's plenty of snakes that aren't so harmful.
They're coming towards you guys. There's no glass.
See how I did? Red and black and yellow. Reindeer? I don't think it's reindeer. Look at how big it is, David. Oh my goodness. David is trying to get its attention. Yeah, it is, you know. All right, and that pretty much wraps up our trip. We had a great trip at the zoo. I would go back. It is kind of pricey, but it's a huge place. We did not explore all of it. We explored all of the aquarium within the last hour. We kind of went through it fairly quickly, but we also explored the majority of the park. But we did not go to some sections, so I am an animal lover and I would love to go to those sections. So the review of the park is, I would definitely suggest that people go to this park. It's a really cool park, and it even has a restaurant on the side. It's expensive, but they have some good things there. And yeah, it was a really fun time to be able to see all the different animals. They have tons of different animals there. All right, so lastly, I just want to shout out my family and specifically my son who turned 5 years old. Happy birthday. And I'm just going to roll that footage and I am out. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you want to support. That's the best way. And peace and love to everybody out there. I'm out. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bubble bum.
Birthday, dear. Happy birthday.